Hello ladies and gentlemen, Matt the Editor here. Now as you all know, coming next month is the most wonderful time of the year when the Christmas season finally kicks off. And who cares about birthdays? Who cares about Halloween? Who cares about Valentine's Day? I know I don't, but Christmas is what it's all about. Christmas is the best time of the year, and every year we get something good. Not just for you, not just for me, but for everyone. Christmas specials. Now, if you're a fan of television, you may have noticed that there seems to be a running trend of Christmas specials coming from the Doctor Who team. And the recent ones weren't really getting as much attention as others, such as other drama specials, comedies, TV contests, or any CGI children's stories. Not to say that they were all bad, I mean there have been some good family fun specials, but apparently a lot of people and fans of the show agree that the specials have been lacking in recent years, and Stephen Moffat's specials over the past few years have been following this trend by not being as good as the T. Davis specials. However, since this year's special is looking interesting in the previous years, and since my attic reviews were becoming a bit of a more success, I thought I'd do another marathon, only this time look at every single Christmas special. However, I'm going to review 2 specials every weekend. Again, this is all opinion based, so if you like or dislike any of the specials, that's fine. These are just my own personal opinions. Also, I may have to go into spoiler territory in some of these specials, so go and watch the specials before you look at these reviews. So, 'tis the season to be wibbly wobbly timey wimey as we dive into the Christmas specials on the Whobus Reviews. Okay, technically the first Christmas special came out during William Hartnell's era as the First Doctor. Apparently this is probably a lost scene from the Daleks' master plan, but to be honest, I see it more as like a message to the viewers, much like the Queen's speech, and as sweet as it is, I wouldn't count it as a Christmas special. No, that has to go to the 2015 Christmas special, The Christmas Invasion, the very first Christmas special that came out in the revived series. I was introduced to Doctor Who in 2005 with the episodes like Dalek, The Long Game, and the finale actually became the episode I really enjoyed watching it. But since David Tennant came into the show, I didn't think we'd get another series. That is, until the trailer came out, and as you can tell, I was interested. So luckily, I managed to watch the Christmas special on Christmas Day, and it was great. This is what makes a good, decent Christmas special. This marks David Tennant's debut in the show, and it's actually well handled. It has the Doctor come down to Earth and go into a post-regeneration coma. But as he is regenerating, a spaceship comes flying over London, while Harriet Jones, now turned Prime Minister, negotiates with the alien race known as the Sycorax. It's up to Rose Tyler and her family to try and save the world without the Doctor around. I guess I should start off with David Tennant's Doctor first. This was the first time we fully get to know his Doctor. I'm not going to lie, I would consider this to be one of my favourite David Tennant episodes. Not the story in general, but by David Tennant's performance. Okay, technically it's pretty much ridiculous since he spent most of his time in bed throughout a majority of the time. But once he wakes up, Tennant takes the opportunity and he gives it his best. He has his silly childish humour, but he does come off with a few serious moments. Every scene he does shows a man with a lot of confidence in what he's doing. I think it's safe to say that this is one of my best Rose Tyler stories. Okay, technically her best stories were mostly in Series 1. Now, keep in mind this does take place before she became a total bitch in Series 2, but I think it's nice to see her have some happy times with her family for once. And just a little heads up, skip the scene where she addresses the Sycorax. It's just ridiculous. There's really nothing much to say about Mickey Smith and Jackie Tyler, but I'll just say that I would want to spend Christmas with those guys. Jackie has her funny moments and Mickey does his brave scenes. Just look at him fight against a killer Christmas tree with a chair, which is a nice throwback to fighting as Levine, and this does become a big trend for his character development in Series 2. The rest of the supporting cast do pretty well with what they were given, but the best supporting character is Harriet Jones, as she returns from her debut in Series 1, and Penelope Wilton gives a good performance, which also marks the beginning of recurring gags. Does anyone remember the "Yes, we know who you are" line? Much like her portrayal as the Queen in the BFG film, she brings a strong authority in her character. However, she is willing to face any consequences and stand by her moral rights, which does get her into trouble in the future. I would say that I didn't understand the rivalry between her and the Doctor at the end at first, but after 13 years now, I fully understand. But at the same time, I can't help but feel bad for her afterwards. The special effects in this episode are brilliant. And keep in mind, this was released in 2005. I'm talking about the spaceship, the mind control effects, and of course, who doesn't remember the killer Christmas trees? Now that's creative. The third act is by far the best part of the special. We have the Doctor stand up to the Sycorax leader and challenging him in a swords duel. It's well choreographed, and it's funny to see the Doctor fight off an alien race wearing a pair of pajamas and a Satsuma. Now let's talk about the Sycorax, the main antagonist of the episode. These are well designed creatures. The design of the leader's face is terrifying. His skin merged into what appears to be an animal skull in grim red warrior robes. And I have to say, it's actually pretty cool to hear an alien talk in their own language and to try and figure out what they are saying. That is until the TARDIS Matrix starts working halfway through. And their evil plot? Simple. To invade and take control. Who doesn't remember that intentional scene where all the mind control people were walking out into the streets and up onto the roofs? And who doesn't remember the Robo-Santas? Now that's a monster to watch out for around Christmas. But honestly, this special has what I have to declare is the best ending shot of any Christmas special. It's just the Doctor, Rose and her family spending time together, having Christmas dinner, and then standing out on a snowy evening, thinking about what lies ahead of them in the year to come. There's no special effects, there's no monsters, there's no cliffhangers, just a simple ending to a chapter. Plus, it got the 7-year-old me excited for Series 2. Although I will say that maybe the first and second half does have a few boring scenes, mainly around Rose's family talks and some political meetings. But once the Sycorax come on the screen, the special finally kicks off. And these are just a few nitpicks. There are a lot of references to Star Wars, even I noticed at the time. And this also marked the debut of the mention of Torchwood. Again, much like in Bad Wolf, it kind of distracts us from the main story, but not entirely. Everyone says that this Christmas special is the best out of all of them. And I have to be honest, they are absolutely right. When I bought the special on the DVD, I watched this episode 1,000 times. I wouldn't recommend it just as a Christmas special, but as a Doctor Who episode in general. If you were new to the show, I'd say this is the best one to start off with. It's the first special that got us interested in our new Doctor, and the special that got us interested for wanting more.